I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, we have a road glide. Wait a minute. Not when I have both feet up. Alright, let's turn this sucker on, man. Alright, starting it up. Has to be in neutral, you can't put your feet down. I actually didn't hear him. I heard him, but I didn't know what he said. This feels kind of awkward. Alright, so we're on a 2023 Road Glide 3. It's been a minute since I've been on a trike. So this bike, it has a lot of ABS stuff, man. There's no heel toe shifter. I don't like that. Alright, so I'm supposed to stay in the back because of my road gladness, or my three-wheeledness. I feel like I'm on a car. Oh my gosh, this thing handles so weird. It's definitely, you gotta remember, you're not, it's almost like you're not on a motorcycle. Oh, the back end kind of jumps around just a bit because it's like a solid axle. Wow, it feels very odd after riding motorcycles for two-wheeled motorcycles for going on, man, past 20 years. This is really awkward. All right, I'm gonna stop saying that. Let's just get into the nitty-gritty. Okay, those who don't know, the trikes, pretty much that's gonna be Harley Davidson that only offers trikes, right? Besides the ones that have two wheels in the front, which is a Can-Am. I don't like those. This guy trying to get over. Whew, it's getting a little warm. Pop this lid open a bit. All right, so on the right hand side of this motorcycle, the handlebars, you do have, of course, the throttle, the run and stop or kill switch, hazards. This is a run and also reverse button, and these are your turn signals. Below it, I actually don't know what the heck that is, or this. That's gets the radio stuff, some more radio stuff, and some cruise control, blinkers, and then if you have the whim and you're going to talk into the radio, that's what that button is for. And then you have your high and low beams, traction control button, which you can turn your traction off. Let's go ahead and put the blinkers on. Put this bad boy in neutral. A lot easier to put this thing in neutral. And yeah, that's it. I think there's a button behind here to cycle through everything. Bro, oh my gosh, this thing is just toasting my leg game up. Woo! Oh yeah, this thing is toasty. Woo! Bye-bye leg. Oh wait, is that the sun? Dude, the sun is so hot. It's not even the engine. Oh my gosh. Bro, this sun. It's melting my leg. Alright. So with a trike, it's obviously not like a traditional motorcycle. You want to lean into your turns, kind of like a regular motorcycle, but at the same time, you don't turn the same. I am completely comfortable on this. Yo, this thing does not take the bumps as well as the two-wheeled motorcycles. The rear end is a little stiff, so not while riding. It's not stiff while riding. It's stiff while taking those bumps, all right? So for those of you that are looking into a trike, especially this beautiful Road Glide 3. I kind of like the name, Road Glide 3, because it's a three-wheeler. How clever was that? Dun, dun, dun. Anyways, yeah, okay, that's... I don't know why, it talks to me. Road Glide 3, like, sweet. Three-wheeler. Anyway, so it's got the regular Road Glide stuff, you know. You've got your senior gas cap cover here with your gas cap underneath. You have a lock, you have your RPMs and your speedometer. You have a radio with your two speakers up front. You got two cubbies, one on the right, one on the left. And it's a fixed fairing, so it's only the handlebar movement, and I actually prefer that. I don't know why. A lot of people don't like that. I just think, you know, they're not used to it. You just got to get used to it. And you think I would be not used to it at all because of my Victory. It's a fork mounted fairing, so it moves with me. So it moves when I turn the handlebars. This doesn't. You know what? It's kind of awkward on the trike because it handles like a car. You know, or if you've ridden a three-wheeler, you know what I'm talking about. It does not handle like a motorcycle whatsoever, but it does feel like a motorcycle because I got bars, and I have my fist in the wind, as it were, and my knees in the breeze. So it still feels like a proper motorcycle. It just has one extra wheel. All right, so what else you got? You got your regular fuel gauge, you got your volts, turn signal here, self-canceling turn signals, and downshifting. Woo, I took that kind of wide. And this has the 114. I believe this bike should just come with the 117 because it's huge. Okay, it's not underpowered, it's still smooth. Actually, it's very smooth. For those who are actually looking to buy this motorcycle, you're going to, it's gonna feel a bit odd. I mean, you gotta really pay attention to where you're going, because it's got two big car wheels on the back. They're not motorcycle wheels, and it's much wider than even a bagger. So think of it as having 4 bags, or maybe 2 bags on each side extra. So you'd have a total of 6 bags sticking out, 3 on each side. That's about how wide it is. Maybe not, well, maybe not. Yeah, probably about 3 bags on each side. But the handling on it it will take quite a bit to get used to because it's not a traditional motorcycle. Is it fun? Yes, sir, it is. You know, the only real odd thing is turning. And, well, I'll take that back. There's 2 things that are very odd. It's moving on this motorcycle. It's odd, right? Because turning is not like a motorcycle. It's a trike. It operates like a car would. You have to go right and left to go left. There is no counter steering on a trike. So there's no leaning, no counter steering. But guess what you do get? You get the nice rumble of a V-twin. You get the nice positive clunk or click of a transmission that Harley Davidson offers. You get all of the stuff a regular motorcycle from Harley Davidson gets. It's just you get an extra wheel and you get a little trunk in the back, and you don't have to put your feet down, which I'm already used to that. At first I wanted to put my feet down, so some people might have to, you know, adapt to that, obviously. But other than that, it's not really that difficult at all. You just have to keep in mind that this is not a motorcycle. It's a trike, and you can relate a trike to a 4-wheeled vehicle because that is how it handles. You just have to be careful in the turns because they can tip over. If I were to take the turn very quick, like these do not turn as quick as a 2-wheeled motorcycle. So that's what you're going to have to deal with. The seat on it is basically, it's a road glide or street glide seat, so there's nothing different there. And there's plenty of seat options. If you were in the market for this particular bike, I'm pretty sure there's a trunk available already for it. Knowing Harley Davidson, they've already thought all this out. And bars and so on and so forth, and they just got everything going for it already. You know Harley Davidson already has stuff for it just stacked. So, you know, with this one, now I didn't even notice, I haven't tested the other or looked at the other, like the road glides, but the interfering is painted. I know Harley Davidson quit doing that, and they probably did it to save cost or cut cost, save a little bit of money. But I like the whole shiny dash on this thing, man. It does make this motorcycle feel premium, right? All this painted, this right here, it's, I don't know, it just screams out premium, and I like it. I don't really like that matte black. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you straight up, because I have that problem, is these stupid handlebars. These bars are just killing my lower back. My back does not enjoy my hand positioning being so low. I mean, my hand position is like well under my chest, and it's just, you know, I'm trying to hold myself up for my lower back, and it's just, it's very uncomfortable. I hate these bars. I hate these bars so much. Harley Davidson, change these bars. Why can't you just put mini 8? Why do they gotta be like this? Make them more like the even though nobody likes them, the Road King special bars. You know, those are better. Put those on here. Ditch these stupid dumb beach bar looking garbage, back destroying, at least for me. But just put these in the never make again bin at Harley Davidson. Just throw them in the garbage. I hate them. Okay, there's my rant. That's the number one thing most people change, and guess what? It's the number one thing I would change on this freaking trike too. No big deal. Just change it out and get rid of the but you know what? This fairing, it's doing an excellent job, just like it does on the Road Glide itself. It's protecting me from wind. It's protecting me from bugs. But in this Texas heat right now, I kind of want a little bit of wind. Oh, I got much more bikes to test or demo. All right, taking this. You got to take these turns pretty wide on this trike too. Pretty wide, because the wheel is sticking out. The back wheels are sticking out a good amount, and you can easily clip a curb. Now, Harley Davidson has a great informational video that if you want to do the demo on these, you have to watch. It's a pretty long video. I mean, it's as long, it's almost as long as the test ride here today, and this is easily the longest test ride I've ever had. I didn't even rep the store. Let's rep the store. All right, we are at San Jacinto Harley Davidson in Pasadena in the good old state of Texas. So it's a little warm out here. Like I was saying about that fairing, I wish I could get a little bit. Oh wait, what is this? Yep, that just closed it off. So we have the little vent button over there. I knew that Harley Davidson did remove those from the Road Glide on a couple models. I don't know, or previous years. I don't know if last year they removed it, and I don't remember if this year they. I just can't remember. I don't keep up to date with that because I don't know. It doesn't really. I don't care about that. Blam. I mean, it's like riding a three-wheeler. Once you get used to it, I'm used to it already. I feel like I want to just rip it around a corner. But these trikes are very heavily controlled by ABS, traction control. I mean, it's massive. The video goes over that. It's just gobs of control going on here. So I mean, I understand, because people that go from a regular motorcycle two-wheeled to this, it's a drastic difference. It's an insanely drastic difference in the handling. Okay, everything else is pretty much the same. The controls are the same. I'm pretty sure the radio is going to be exactly the same. But other than that, you know, the handling is the only difference. There is a parking brake that has to be engaged on this motorcycle whenever you park it. So on this bike, you have to do something that I always do, and that is make sure when it's parked, it's in first gear. Okay, first gear, it must be in first gear. If it is not in first gear, well, I don't know. Then you're not going to be able to park it. That's what is. That's what's going to happen. Okay, if you're on an incline or something, or decline or whatever, a slope, it's going to start rolling. If you don't have it in gear, it does have a parking brake, but that parking brake is not going to hold this massive motorcycle for too long, or trike rather. So the front forks are the same, dual bending, and I can feel it. It feels great up front. It's very different on the rear end suspension. Like I said, beginning of this video, it is a bit, man, I wish this guy would move. It is a bit bouncy, you know. It's a little bit bouncy. It's not well, I don't even know if bouncy is the correct word. It doesn't act like regular suspension on the road glide, street glide, nothing like that. It doesn't act like that whatsoever. It does have a little bit of a tilt to it over uneven surfaces, and that's could be a little concerning to people, you know, especially if you're not used to it. Oh my gosh, it's so, close this, it's pretty hot outside right now. So if you're not used to that, of course you got to get used to it. So just know Harley Davidson offers a training course, and I think it does come with the trike when purchased. So that's kind of odd how that, it does feel odd when going over uneven bumps. So I just hit a pothole on my left side on the rear tire, and it kind of shifted everything, right? Because it has, the suspension isn't like an independent suspension on a car, I believe. I think it's a solid axle on these things. So it's kind of like a Jeep. The axle's gonna, you know, do like this, so both wheels are gonna move not independently of each other. Whew, yo, it is toasty. And I could see where Harley Davidson did that at, you know, if it's like that. I am not even 100% sure, but it feels like, it does not feel like it's independent suspension whatsoever. Yeah, that sun is baking this leg now. Surprisingly, this engine's not hot at all. Yo, man, you don't have to wait for me. Like, I'm actually wanting these guys to ride faster. I'm pretty used to this bike already. Maybe a couple more minutes and I'll be good, but we're heading back already. But yeah, so the review on this bike is it's not probably as good as what you're looking for, but it's a ride review. You know, it's I'm not used to a trike. It is different. So those that are looking at a trike, I mean, it is going to be different, and it usually is going to appeal to the much older riders, or to riders that have a you know, problem getting around, walking. Maybe they're not able to get around. I had to really think about that. So maybe they're not able to get around because they're you know, they're missing a limb, they're missing a leg, they got knee problems, stuff like that. You know, they don't want to hold up a big bike, but they want a touring bike. This is perfect. You can throw a trunk on there and just do thousands upon thousands upon thousands of miles. Don't worry about it. Now these are going for into the $30,000 mark, right? This is 34. This one's 34,000. This is the black. What is this? This is the black version, so it's, you know, it's the base. It's 34,000, I think, and some change. There's right here, 34 and some change, right? So let's just say an even 34 to MSRP. 34 to MSRP. Now you're saying, wow, that's expensive. Yes, indeed it is expensive. When we tend to get older, things tend to get more expensive, unfortunately. Why? Usually we're making a little bit more money. Okay, so yeah, so these are quite expensive, but if you want to get on a motorcycle, have the fun of a motorcycle, and you have disabilities in any shape or form that doesn't allow you to actually ride two wheels, well, now you can ride three wheels. If you're totally missing a limb, if you're missing a leg, you can still ride one. Now I do know someone that is missing their leg from the knee down, and well, he still rides two-wheel motorcycles, so he's a beast. He's got a prosthetic and he's a beast. But if you're in the category where you just don't want to have to deal with that, you have an option, especially if you want a touring bike. And if you don't want a touring bike, you want more of a stripped down, well, they also have the freewheeler, which is the same thing as this. It just doesn't have a radio or a fairing. It's like the Road King up front here. You know what's really nice on these though? I don't have to put my feet down. I do kind of like that. I like that a lot. It does feel weird with the ABS because it kind of kicks in, and with all ABS system it kind of pulsates the pedals and stuff, and it does the same thing to the front. It'll shimmy it a bit, and then if the rear end you hit a bump that's uneven, it does the same thing like that. But yeah, it's still still fun, even though it's extremely hot today. It's fun, and it still takes bumps nicely. There's nothing wrong with this trike. If you're going to transition over, it's okay. You can make the jump. It's not really that big of a deal. You just got to get used to the turning. That's it. It's not that bad. It's pretty easy. It's definitely fun, exciting, and guess what? You're still on a motorcycle, man. All right, so when you park this thing, you got to turn it off, and it's in gear. You got to leave it in first gear, and you got to do that, and that's it. That's all you got to do. All right, guys, that was still a cool bike. You know what? Trikes, go for it, man. If you need it, get it. Don't hesitate. That was a fun ride. And yeah, whatever you ride, doesn't matter. Ride what you ride, keep it Vbeast mode, and ride till the wheels fall off. This has been another random weekday video by your very own Vbeast. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, have a Vbeast day.